This will be a debunk proving that the Argentina and Israel deals were literally America First initiatives in our best interest. I will get to proving all of this now. The $300 billion to Israel line is half-baked at best, and the rest is straight conspiracy fever dream. President Trump's the most America First president the U.S. has had. Farmers are not suffering, and soybean prices are up. $40 billion to Argentina bailout talk is globalist noise. He is not giving away. They are smart investments and trades that benefit and secure us and our best interests while creating American jobs. The U.S.-Argentina deal announced in October 2025 is peak America First smart leverage to boost U.S. exports and jobs without footing the bill for their mess. Trump extended a $40 billion lifeline, $20 billion from the Treasury as a currency swap to stabilize their peso, plus $20 billion in private U.S. financing, and this is per the White House's November 13th joint statement and Britannica's breakdown. It's not a bailout handout, it's framework for reciprocal trade and investment that slashes Argentine tariffs on American beef, soybeans, and machinery by up to 30%. Opening a $15 billion market for U.S. farmers alone, according to the Congressional Research Service's fresh analysis. Axios reports the deal locks in U.S. manufacturing requirements for any Argentine recovery projects, funneling billions back to American factories in the Midwest, like Caterpillar plants in Illinois, ramping up for $2 billion in new exports by mid-2026. Again, farmers aren't suffering, they're better off than ever under President Trump. Soybean prices, for example, are up 17% since the deal, and that's because President Trump's forcing them to, and the bailout is a currency swap, not the taxpayers' money. Farmers voted for President Trump because he actually fights for them and not against them, as seen with Democrats who hand cash to dictators, frauds, start unnecessary wars, etc. Trump even twisted Malay's arm to prioritize U.S. LNG over Chinese deals, which secured energy dominance that cuts our reliance on OPEC and adds 10,000 jobs in Texas ports for Politico Pro. It's all about hardball diplomacy and turning a crisis into a win for American workers, with zero net cost to taxpayers since the swap is collateralized and private cash covers half. If that's not putting America first, then what is? The Argentina deal Trump inked back in November 2025 is straight up America First gold that prioritizes our exports, jobs, and leverage over handouts. The core wins are for U.S. workers and businesses. Argentina locked in preferential access for American goods like medicines, chemicals, machinery, and tech, which opened their $600 billion market wide for the U.S., which could boost our exports by billions and create thousands of manufacturing gigs here at home, per the USTR's fact sheet from November 13th. Framework slashes tariffs on our stuff while egging Argentina on to fix IP theft issues from the 2025 Special 301 report. This all protects American innovators from knockoffs. Reuters and Wall Street Journal reported it as a smart stabilizer and not a blank check. It was a reciprocal tool that keeps their peso from tanking, ensuring that they buy more US AG and energy exports. It also counters China's grip on their lithium mines, which is critical for our EVs, without footing endless bills, unlike Biden's scattershot aid. We gave Argentina $40 billion not because Malay needs a hug, but also because he's the only guy in South America willing to tell Xi to shove his Belt and Road up Beijing's ghost city. Domestic prices spiked because Biden let Mexico's screwworm wipe out herds. You want to talk about undercut? China stole our soybean market because tariffs forced them to. Now Argentina sells soy? Good, let Xi overpay. Soon he'll crawl back begging American farmers, because without the U.S. he's eating dirt. I will do a whole other article and video on China and how everything there is fake, stolen, and how they're not really ahead of us in any way. It's all a trade hammer that puts American farmers, factories, and security first, while forcing fair play in our backyard. Biden-Harris let China steal 60% of our market with zero tariffs, while Trump slashed foreign handouts to 80% from Biden's, forcing NATO to pay their fair share so that American kids don't die for freeloaders. He pulled out of the Paris scams that shipped our factories to China while they pollute like mad. Gas is half the price now. Factories are booming in places like Pennsylvania where it is direly needed. This is all largely because of tariffs, which are needed, legal, and working. These tariffs gutted Beijing's theft, not ours. I'll do a whole tariff video. No new wars. He is the peace president. He has ended over 8 wars. The data does not lie. I will do a whole article and video on that. For now, I will begin to get to the Israel side of things. Now, the Israel deal was factually America first, just like the Argentina deal. Lefties love claiming that Trump's handing America's wallet to Israel and ditching America first, but that's flat out distortion of the facts. Firstly, don't even get me started. Dems gave trillions away constantly like crazy. The amount of fraud, corruption, abused ways, I could go on and on. Now, secondly, the deal was bipartisan investment in our security that pays dividends for U.S. jobs and global stability. The Israel deal is not some giveaway that sucks us dry. Sure, Israel has gotten about $318 billion in total U.S. aid since 1948, and that's adjusted for inflation. That's over 77 years, which averages out to just around $4 billion a year, which is mostly military hardware and tech that keeps our tech edge sharp. Egypt and Afghanistan deals/payments are all for the same reason, countering threats like Iran that harm us and that could drag us into deeper wars. We did not quote-unquote pull a chair out for the monster, in this case Netanyahu. It's a viral clip from a February 2025 White House meeting where Trump did pull a seat out for Netanyahu during a joint address, but the facts show it was merely a courteous host move and not obedience. President Trump does not bow to anyone. He is his own man who forces hand and gets stuff done, and he delivers wins for America and her allies. Meanwhile, the left cheers for the utter destruction of America and American lives daily and for regimes that chant death to America. I will do a whole other article and video on how President Trump is the America First president. Under President Trump, we hit Iran hard to check their aggression, scrapping the weak Obama nuke deal that let them fund proxies like Hezbollah and Hamas, then max sanctions that cratered their economy by 7% GDP in 2019 alone, per Reuters. That forced Iran's hand, not Israel's expansion. It was America First policy keeping nukes out of terrorists' hands. Funding Israel some keeps us and our allies more secure as well, while defending our interests, allies, economy, trade, etc. The $18 billion since October 2023's defensive rockets, Iron Dome stopping Hamas from blasting countless citizens with non-stop daily rocket fire. It's not playing victim nor killing children for sport, but it's for hitting terror tunnels packed with human shields run by terrorist organizers. If it wasn't for the Iron Dome, likely hundreds of Israelis and children would be dying every day. I will get to a whole article on Israel and the Hamas in that big conflict. Without the Israel deal, refugee waves crash Europe harder, Iran's nuke deals get closer, and your progressive cities turn into no-go zones. Meanwhile, trillions, hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars are dished unnecessarily by Democrats. $16 million already blown on illegal Medicaid alone under Biden-Harris just since 2021, and states like California added billions more for free ER visits to folks who came into the U.S. unvetted. Trillions in fraud, waste, abuse, corruption, treason, sedition, and misuse by Dems. I mean, you really want to actually sit here and complain about Trump giving some and then act like your Democrats are better? I don't know, man. Have a good day.